Hi, Jen.
Hello, friends.
We were, Kathy and Susan and I were on with probably a different session.
Okay.
And you signed in, now I'm their only student, but they'll be back.
Okay.
Here I am.
There's Kathy.
Video. There it is. Hey, Jenn.
Right. Hello.
Uh,
Every week is a new challenge.
new experience.
There we go. That's good.
Let's see there.
I think I'll probably, and just so you know, Susan, my wife, is in upstate New York and has been there since almost the beginning of March.
Oh, God.
And well, I'm hoping that she's going to come home this next week. But they keep on canceling flights, and getting a flight is.
Yeah, and that's a drive too. That would be. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, everything's kind of canceled right now, but that's pretty far to be. And like not the best time of year, Fall would be really pretty.
Yeah.
It's still like snowing there. It's probably still cold.
She said that they got 6 inches of snow. I'm going to just text her.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll give it a couple minutes for everyone to jump on.
I have a question for you, Jenn. I didn't get a new link. Was a new link even sent out?
I think it was, but it might be the same one. This is terrible. I skimmed the email last night. So I think it's just the same one.
I'm using an old link from last week or something.
Yeah, I think it's still the same. I think it's still the same one. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Let me look in that.
Whatever, it works. I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know if it needs to be obviously it doesn't need to be a new link every time.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's the same one, but I haven't looked at it. But I know we're sending out an email every week, but I think it might just be the same link because it's like a continuous meeting that we just stop and then start. Ideally, that's what we do. All right. So how's everyone feeling today? Any requests? You can type it in the chat if you don't want to have your camera or microphone on. How are bodies feeling?
The usual tightness, shoulder crap, stuff like
Shoulder
that.
crap. Okay. Any requests in particular? Anything we want to do today? I have, I always have a plan, but I'm always also open to suggestion. And again, if you don't want to say it, you can type it. Core work.
Yeah, a little core work.
A little bit of core work. Are we getting a little soft in our quarantine?
Couldn't be.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's see, what time is it? Hi, Charlene.
Hi.
How are you? Well,
good morning.
Okay, so how's the mental, emotional body? That's the physical body, we can work with that. We can go for walks, we can do the yoga, we can work out at home, but it's really the mental, emotional thing that's starting to be probably pretty challenging for everyone. Yeah. Probably.
I'm okay.
You're good? That's good. Good. It makes me, because you guys have a yoga practice. You're like,
that's right.
This is going to end eventually. Can't go on forever. Okay. So we can start laying down, or you can start seated. We will start with some harmonium and pranayama. So whichever is more comfortable for you. If you've got a lot of energy going already today, you may be a little bit more comfortable in the comfortable seated position. If you are experiencing a little bit of stress or anxiety or anything like that, it might be comfortable to lay down on the back for this part. So whatever works best for you, just find a comfortable position, and then we'll get started. Okay. So if you're seated or if you're laying down, just letting the eyes close, right? And allowing the awareness to start to turn inward. And just focusing on the breath. So it doesn't have to be anything too serious yet, just focusing on the breath. Nice. Big breath in through the tip of the nose. A long exhale. Can even be through the mouth if that's more comfortable, right? Big breath in through the nose. And exhale. All right, one more like that. Inhale, breathe in. Long exhale. And then one hand over the chest, the other hand on the belly. And just start to observe the rise and fall of the belly and the chest with the breath. Don't overthink it. As you inhale, feeling the belly lift and expand, feeling the chest lift into the hand. And then just allow these spaces to drop down. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the chest. Exhale, release the breath. Drop the chest, belly draws in. Take a few more breaths like this, encouraging the belly to move first, then the chest. Right, almost like the breath moves up the body like a little wave, and then as you exhale again, chest drops down, belly draws in. Keep going like that. Notice any feelings that arise with letting the hand rest over the heart, with letting the hand rest over the belly. Any feelings, any emotions that come up, any thoughts, right? We're not here to clear everything out. We're here to observe and watch and notice what shows up. Maybe having the hand over the heart stirs something in you. Maybe having the hand over the belly gives you a sense of comfort, right? And grounding. And then offering yourself permission to just be with the breath and be in your practice and let go of all the other stuff for the next, where are we at, 75-ish minutes? Right? Giving yourself a moment to have the gratitude that, right, this is what we're doing with our Monday morning. How lucky are we, right? That we can still all be together in this way. We can still all do our practice, and right? And then asking yourself what you need this morning. It'll be different for all of us. So what do I need from my practice today? And then sticking with that as you move through your physical practice. As you move through the asana, as you move through the breath, can we honor this little kind of commitment to ourselves, right? If I need to be a little bit more gentle, I'm going to be more gentle throughout the practice. I'm going to try. For us Pitta people, you know, sometimes we push. So be gentle with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Let the arms just rest down by the sides. Feel the whole body just resting heavy on the floor. If you're seated, feel the pelvis grounding down into the mat or a blanket or whatever you're sitting on. Allow the features on the face to soften. The brow space moving, almost like the eyebrows can move away from one another. Relaxing the jaw. Softening the shoulders down. From this space, right? Inviting in some movement, giving a little wiggle to our fingers and toes. And then from here, go ahead and sweep the arms up and overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. So reaching the arms back, reaching the legs out long. I'm gonna move my guy forward a little bit. So big full body stretch, like if you're first waking up in the morning, first movement. And then from here, let's take a little side stretch. So with the arms up and overhead, right, we're gonna step the left leg out to the left, cross the right leg over that. The legs are gonna stay straight, and then we're just gonna wiggle our upper body over to the left. Arms up and overhead, take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Yeah, and then maybe the head turns over the right shoulder a little bit. Really gentle side bend here. Adorably named Banana Asana in the yin practice, which I always love. Right? And as we breathe here, and this is gentle, right? We're not gripping or holding anywhere. We're just inviting in some more space to the right side body. When you feel this right shoulder start to wake up, feel these ribs start to like peel away from one another, and this lower side waist starts to get a little bit of space too. Good, and then back to center. We're gonna step our right leg out to the side, left ankle will cross over that, arms still up and overhead, give a little wiggle over to the right, and take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And again, turn the head over our left upper arm. Right, and as we lay here on our left side, feeling that whole left side body starting to wake up, right? I forgot to turn off my music. And then coming back to center, hugging the knees into the chest. Give the legs a little squeeze in towards the body. Give a little rock from side to side. Here we go. That's better. Okay. And then circle the legs around, right? I always have my usual suspect things I like to do at the very beginning of the practice because I gather information from it. So when I stretch from side to side, my shoulders tell me what's going on, and my low back even, and then circle the legs in the other direction. Circling the legs around, checking in with the hips. All right, let's set the feet down onto the floor. Let's shift our hips over to the right. Left leg is gonna stretch out long, hug the right knee into the chest, take a breath in, and then exhale, guide the right leg across. Coming into a gentle twist. Now walk the left shoulder from under the chest, right shoulder softens down. As you inhale, finding space across the chest and the upper back. As you exhale, feel this right hip gently shift away. Now maybe you stay here. Maybe you bend the left knee, reach the right hand back, catch the top of the foot. And then we're gonna press that thigh back as we draw the heel towards the buttock, inviting in a nice big quad stretch on the left side. And again, maybe that's too much. You can stay in the regular twist, right? These are just options. Breathe here. Right, we start to pretzel up like this, our breath changes. So can we stay with that gentle inhale and exhale? Beautiful. Slowly unwind, release the left leg, take the right leg back to center, and then shift the hips back to the middle of the mat and then over to the left. Right leg stretches out long, left knee hugs into the chest. Take a nice big breath in. Good, and then exhale, twist. Find the space across the chest, right? So walk the right shoulder from under the chest. Left shoulder melts down, and take a few breaths here. So checking in, right? Can we lengthen the left hip away slightly, even just a little bit? And then maybe you stay here, maybe you bend the bottom knee, grab the foot, and then press the thigh back a little bit as you draw the heel towards butt. Maybe. Few breaths here. And then slowly come back to center. Good. Take the feet to the middle of the mat, hips to the middle of the mat. We'll do an easy figure 4, right? And then a little bit of core work. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, interlace the hands behind the thigh, little flex to the feet, right? So this is our like go-to. If there's anything going on in the low back, right, that isn't like a traumatic injury. If you got some tightness in your low back, try this before anything else, right? Try this before your ibuprofen. Just see if it helps. Maybe give a little rock from side to side. Notice when we lean to the left, a little bit more intensity in that hip. And then pausing in a place you can work from and still keep the breath nice and soft. I draw the left leg a little bit closer to the body. Breathe here. Can I soften my shoulders and my jaw? One more breath. Slowly unwind. Take a full body stretch again. Reach the legs out long, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, switch sides, feet to the floor, cross the left ankle over the right. We'll take a breath in. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the right thigh. And again, give a little rock back. Right. And just looking for that place that does challenge you, but where you can still keep the breath nice and relaxed, soft breath. Never want to restrict it. Right? Breathing into that left hip. Right, there's always going to be one side that offers a little bit more discomfort or challenge, right? We want to be extra sweet to the side that offers us discomfort, right? Send that breath down into that left hip. One more. Maybe hug it in a little closer. Good. And then slowly unwind. Arms up and overhead, reach. Good, bend the knees. Now, if you have blocks, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Blocks just makes it harder, honestly. So if you have blocks, we're gonna use 2. If you don't have blocks, it doesn't matter. All right, so we're gonna come into a little bit of core work from here. If you don't have blocks, legs are just gonna reach up to the sky. Right, and then we're gonna reach the arms up. Hands are gonna stay about shoulder width distance. If you've got blocks, you're gonna hold on to the block on the skinny side here, and then with the legs, you can take a block on the median one in between, right at the middle part of the leg, or lower leg. But again, if you don't have blocks, don't overthink it. Good, We're gonna squeeze the blocks with the hands. In fact, reach the fingertips up to the sky so your shoulders start to lift up off the floor. And then from here, plug that upper arm bone back down. So the arms drop back down, upper back is on the floor. With our legs, if you've got the block, we're gonna turn the inner thighs forward a little bit and then reach the heels up. So just laying like this little dead bug, it should be a lot of work, right? If you're not working with blocks, you're gonna do your best to keep the legs about frontal hip bones distance, and we're gonna firm the upper arms in like the muscle is hugging towards the bone. So either way, blocks or not, it should feel like a fair amount of work. Let's keep the legs as they are. And then with the arms, really gentle, we're just gonna reach the block up and overhead. Let the block or the hands find the floor behind you, find that length through the sides of the waist. And then arms come back up, right into the line of sight. And we're just gonna do this a couple of times, right? Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, back to center. Trying to keep the knees and ankles over the hips. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reach. Yeah, and now this last time, when we get the block or the hands right to the line of sight, we're gonna engage the belly, roll it up, fingertips reach towards the toes. And then inhale, up and overhead. I know we all love this one. And we're gonna keep going like this. There's no set amount of repetitions you need to do. Our goal is really to move thoughtfully, all right? Move slow with intention. Reach it up towards the toes. I can see myself cheating in the camera. We're gonna try to keep our legs as they are instead of reaching the toes back towards the block or the hands, right? Reach it up. It's okay if they don't actually touch, we're just reaching. Keep going like this. Good. Squeezing the block with the hands, or firming the upper arms in. Let's do 3 more like this. Right, use the exhale. Last one. Good. From here, move the block off to the side. Hug the knees into the chest. And then we're gonna switch. We're gonna move to the lower abdominal muscles. So knees hug in, reach the legs up once again. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right leg comes down towards the floor. Hover above the ground, take a breath in. Exhale, right leg back up to the sky. We're gonna switch. Inhale, exhale, left leg. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, back up. Swap it out. And reach through the heel. Both legs. Inhale at the top. Exhale down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale back. Few more, let's do 4 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale at the bottom, hover the feet. Back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, legs back up. Good. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, back up. Good, hug the knees into the chest. Little rock from side to side. All right, once again, let's take the feet to the floor. We're gonna stretch out our hip flexors that did some work there. Take the feet about as wide as the mat. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Arms can just stay out to the side. From here, maybe you take the left foot on top of the right thigh. A little weight to the stretch. If that's okay, in the knees and in the low back. A little flex to the feet. Good. Keep the foot on top of the thigh. Engage the belly, take the legs back to center. You're gonna walk your right foot over to where it's just lined up underneath the knee. Keep the left ankle crossed over the right thigh. You're gonna take a breath in, and then exhale, drop the legs to the right. Take the right hand to the left inner thigh, press it away, and then sweep the left arm up and overhead. Just a couple breaths here. Good. And then slowly engage the belly, come back to center, and uncross the legs. Heel toe the feet again about as wide as the mat, and then this time drop your knees over to the right. Take the right ankle over top of the left thigh, right, or right foot to left thigh, if that feels okay. Add a little bit of weight to the stretch, and just breathe here. Engage the belly, take the legs back up to center, heel toe that left foot over towards the middle of the mat a little bit, take a breath in, and exhale, drop the legs over to the left. Left hand to the inner thigh, reach the right arm up and overhead, take a couple breaths here. Good. And then slowly come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. And then you're gonna rock and roll a few times on the spine, right towards the top of the mat. And then you can cross the shins, and we're gonna come into our tabletop pose. Right, you can always pad the knees with a blanket. I like to. Then we're gonna take a few rounds of cat-cow from here. All right, spread the fingers nice and wide, and as you inhale, let the heart move to the front of the room, widen across the chest. As you exhale, press the ground away, round the back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round. Good. 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Find a nice flat back from here, right? And then we're gonna shift the hips over to the right, back towards the heels, over to the left, and then forward. So big circles. And then in the other direction. Don't worry, that popping sound is just my knee. And then come back to center. Slide the right toes back behind you. Press through the heel. Reach that heel back and stretch your calf muscle. Bounce if it feels good. Reach it back and hold statically if it feels good. Whatever works best for you. Good. From here, come a little bit more forward, so knees underneath the hip. Curl your left toes under. Walk the left hand forward an inch or two and over to the left, an inch or two. And then pivot your right heel down. Take the right hand to the right hip. Right? Giving ourselves a little bit of space with this standing arm. Now your toes can stay curled under. You can press the shin down into the floor. Right? Frontal hip bones lift up. Maybe you stay here, right? This is plenty of work. Maybe you want to float the leg up. Flex the foot. Now be mindful that we don't dump into the low back here, right? So frontal hip bones have to lift. Right? Strong through this quad. Maybe you stay here, maybe you float. Arm up towards the sky. Right? Good, breathe here, shoulder blades firm into the upper back. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Perhaps you stay here, maybe you start to bend that top knee, reach the right arm back, and then lengthen the inner thigh away from you as you press the hand into the foot. Other way around, foot into the hand, shoulder blades firm into the upper back. You can tell I'm teaching way less classes now, right? Less automatic, I have to think. Good, breathe in. Long exhale. Good, from here, again, find those little 5 points moving away from one another. With control, release the foot down. Good, hand to the floor, pivot back, take the knee to the earth. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round it up, drop the head down. I'm gonna turn around, you stay as you are. From here, slide our left toes back behind us. Press into the heels, stretch that calf muscle, those calf muscles. Good, breathe into the back of the leg. Maybe bounce a little if that's good for you. And then from here, come back forward until the hip is over the knee. Maybe you curl the toes under to help you balance. Give yourself a little bit of space with this right hand. And then pivot left heel to the floor. Take the right hand to the left hand to the left hip. From here, maybe you stay here, right? We're gonna frontal hip bones, lift that. We're gonna firm the belly. Then from here, float the leg up, right? Maybe you stay here. Maybe the top arm lifts. Good. Press down into the standing hand. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach back, find that modified Trikonasana. Lengthen through the inner left thigh. Shoulder blades firm into the upper back, right? Opening the chest, hand and foot press into one another. Breathe here. Last breath. Slowly release. Good. Take the foot to the floor, hand to the hip. Good. From here, turn it down. Pivot back into your tabletop. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round. From here, let's take it into a child's pose with the toes together and our knees nice and wide. Good. So hips sinking back and down. Toes together, hips sinking back and down. Nice and long through the sides of the wings. Then spread the fingers nice and wide. Right, sink the hips down, down, down. Start to turn the upper inner arms to the sky. Right, soften the shoulders down. Give yourself some space. From here, again, inhale, heart forward. We're gonna curl our toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, pedal the heels if you want, right? Give yourself a little bit of space. We're gonna do this again today. It worked last week. So pedaling the heels, bend one knee, and then the other. generous bend to your knees and lift the hips higher. Inner thighs back, heels down to the floor. Inhale, rock the chest forward, upward push-up plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Take a little walk forward. Yeah. Fingertips to the shins or the floor. Inhale, heart lengthening away from you. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Breathe, grow. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do a couple like that, a couple half sun salutes. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. But let's do a few more like that. And you can keep your eyes closed if you want. You can take your feet a little bit wider if you want. Inhale, breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep out and in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. From here, let's step the right or the left foot back. Sorry, drop the left knee down to the floor. Keep your left toes curled under, right knee right over the right ankle. Left hand to the floor or a block. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. So a real gentle little twist here. Press down into the left hand, shoulder away from the ear. And then lengthen through the sides of the waist. Turn the chest up to the sky. Good, breathe here. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you want to lift that back leg up. Keep hugging the right hip back and in. Outer right leg hugs in, left thigh turns up. Breathe in. Good, exhale, hand to the floor, step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, again, inhale, sweep the arms out and up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. This time, right leg steps back, right knee down to the floor. Okay? Keep the toes curled under, knee over the ankle, firm the left hip back and in. Right hand stays on the ground or a block, and then reach left arm to the sky. Now get to press down into that right hand, right? Root down to rise up. Maybe we stay here. Maybe the right thigh lifts up off the floor. Yeah? Draw the inner thighs together and then start to find the chest turning to the sky. Breathe here. One more breath. Good, hand down to the floor. Step it forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, hold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and exhale, hands to the heart. Good, again, inhale, sweep it out and up. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, step both feet back, upward push-up plank. Let's take the knees down to the floor. Uncurl the toes, press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Now spread the fingers wide. Press down a little bit more to the base of your index finger and thumb. Turn the upper inner arms forward. Keep the belly nice and strong as you rock the chest forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Right? Pick the right leg up, reach it back, set it down. Same with the left. Slide the hands down by the low ribs. Wrists underneath the elbows, and then roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, Bhujangasana, low cobra. Right, tops of the feet press down into the floor. Outer ankles hug in. Inner thighs gently turn to the sky. Right, widen across the chest. This should feel like work in our upper back, right? Shoulder blades firming in. Breathe. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift. Heels of the hands almost like they're dragging towards the back of the mat. Right? Firm the upper arms in. Belly is strong. And release. Last one. Roll it back. Press down gently into the hands and back. Hands should still be pretty light though. Right? Maybe from here you can start to lift. Pressing down into the tops of the feet. Right, until the thighs pick up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, exhale, step or hop. Top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, breathing, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we're gonna step wide on the mat again. If you have a block, you may want it close by. If not, all good. So stepping wide, I'm gonna do a few standing postures here. So feet about as wide as the wrists. Hands to the hips. Frontal hip bones lift up here, right? So we're not dumping into the low back. Frontal hip bones lift. Good. Bend the right knee, pick the heel up. Externally rotate the legs so the toes are now pointing away from you. Good, feel this frontal hip lift slightly. Keep the hands on the hips here and kick this back heel back a little bit. So when we look at the feet, we're lined up front heel to back arch, right? Take a breath in, and then exhale, bend, right knee, good. Arms into a T, reach. Draw that hip back and under. Press the back thigh back, nice and strong here. Good. So where can I soften, right? Where can I let go? My expectations, maybe. Good. From here, reach the right fingertips forward. Take the forearm to the thigh. Reach that top arm up to the sky. So kind of a modified Parsvottanasana here. We want to be able to lift this arm off the leg, so we're not like collapsed, right? Press down into the feet. From here, sweep the arm towards the front of the room. Good. So pinky side edge of the palm facing down, right? Arm framing the ear. Nice long line between that back foot and your fingertips. Take the arm up to the sky, flip the palm, right? Take the arm behind the back, little half bind here, start to turn the chest up. Good, beautiful. Hold here, breathe. One more breath. Good. Reach the top arm up. Engage through the belly, anchor through that back leg. Warrior two. Hands to the hips, straighten the knee. And turn the toes forward onto the second side. Bend the left knee, pick the heel up. Turn the toes away from you. Back heel lifts. Shift it back. So pretty wide stance with the legs, right? Keep the hands on the hips, lift that little frontal hip bone off this top front leg, and then bend the knee in line with the second and third toe. Now firm that hip back and in. Press the back side back. Good. Sweep the arms into a T. Soften. And gentle breath. Good. Strong through the legs. Reach that arm forward. Find the forearm on the thigh. Reach the top arm up to the sky. So we're continuing to hug that outer hip back in, right? Nice and strong. We don't want a banana out here, so drawing those ribs down. Good. And light on this arm. So a lot of core work here, right? Good. Sweep the arm. Turn that pinky edge side of the palm down and reach. So you're actively pressing through that back leg and reaching the fingertips away. Good. Inhale, reach the arm up. Flip the palm, take the arm behind the back. Okay, maybe you can twist and turn the chest up a little bit more. Breathe in. Good, last breath. Sweep the arm up. Engage and anchor through that back leg, warrior two. Straighten the knee, turn the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale. Start to fold forward. We're gonna take a wide leg downward facing dog before we move on. So the hands walk out, legs stay wide, hips up and back. Melt the chest down. And then slowly start to walk yourself back in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, come all the way up to stand. Good, hands to the heart. Okay, second part of this. And again, this may be where you want to block, perhaps. All right, hands to the hips, bend the knee, turn the leg out. Kick the back heel back, front heel to back arch aligned. From here, arms to a T, bend the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, bend. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, sweep it up. Keep this knee straight. Take your arms back into a T. Now feel this little frontal hip bone lift and then shift it back. And then from here, anchor again through this back leg. Reach the front arm forward. This hip is starting to lift up. Reach, 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 reach. And then from here, hand can find the shin, the block, or the floor. All right, Trikonasana, Utthita Trikonasana. So, frontal hip bones lift. Draw the belly and start to turn the chest to the sky. Good. If you're like me, you lock out in this front knee. Try to find a little bend there. Beautiful. So, we're going to transition into our Ardha Chandrasana from here. Maybe you stay in triangle pose, right? Maybe that's where your heart is at today, and that's fine. Maybe we take the top hand to the hip, right? Turn just the gaze down to the floor. So we want all of this still turning up to the sky, just the head turns down. You're gonna bend the knee in line with the second and third toe. We're gonna step the hand forward, and you're gonna hop the back foot in just about halfway, and then we're gonna pause. We're not in a rush, right? Hop the back foot in, pause here. Good. Firm up that front leg, firm up the belly. Take the gaze forward a little bit more, step the hand forward a little bit more, and then we're gonna float. Ardha Chandrasana. Yes. So just like we were doing when we were on the hands and knees in the beginning of class, right? Top leg is nice and strong. If it feels okay, you can reach the top arm up towards the sky. Finding something to focus on to help you balance, right? Whatever little spot works for you. Now maybe we stay here. Maybe we start to bend the top knee, reach the hand back and find the foot. Right, lengthen through that inner right thigh, like the leg can get longer. Shoulder blades into the upper back. Open the heart. Beautiful. Inhale. Slowly release. Reach that top leg up a little bit higher, bend the knee. Step it back. Warrior two. Flip the palm, reach it up and back. Release. Good, back to center. Hands to the hips, turn the toes forward. Take a breath here. Okay, on to the second side. If you have a block, move it over. All right. From here, pick up the knee, externally rotate the leg. Back heel up and then reach it back. Arms into a T, Virabhadrasana 2. Move in and out a couple of times. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. From here, keep your arms in a T. Front leg straight, draw that hip back. Right, from here, start to reach, reach, reach. Lengthen through that side waist. And then from here, find the shin, the floor, a block. Top arm reaches up. Good. So start to turn the chest to the sky. Beautiful. Maybe you find a little bit more depth in that front hip, right? A little bit more weight in the inner arch of the front. Biceps turning forward. Now, from here, take the top hand to the hip. Again, just turn the gaze down to the floor, doing your best to try to keep the upper body still turning up to the sky, right? So we don't collapse here. We want to stay nice and open. Gaze down to the floor. Bend the knee. Step the block forward and just hop the back foot in just about halfway and pause. Firm that standing hip in. Maybe the hand comes a little bit more forward, and then we're gonna float gracefully in the sky like the moon. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Good. Firm the standing hip in. Frontal hip bones lift a little bit, engage the belly, and then maybe the top arm can float up. Good. Strong through the top leg. Light through the standing hand. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you bend the top knee. Touch the foot. Breathe. Slowly release. Bend the knee. Step it back. Warrior two. Reverse. Good. Come back to center. Straighten the knee. Turn the toes in. Okay. Hands to the hips. Widen across the chest. Shoulder blades firm into the upper back. Inhale. And exhale. Hinge at the hips. Fold. Let the hands find the floor. Prasarita Padmanasana. So spread the fingers wide, elbows bend back. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe crown of the head finds the floor. If it doesn't, crown of the head seeks the floor. Slowly start to press yourself back up. From here, we're gonna walk the hands over to the right leg. We're gonna bend the knee. We're gonna move back and forth like this a couple of times, right? Over to the other side. Right. You can keep this bending knee heel on the ground, great. If not, it's okay to come. Maybe you can keep the arms in prayer. Come back to center. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Nice big squat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, squat. Inhale up. Exhale. Take the hands to the thighs. Inhale, frontal hip bones lift. Maybe you can sit a little bit lower here. Hands to the chest. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Good. Hands to the heart. Turn the toes in. Step the feet together. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it. Padangusthasana, interlace index and middle finger with the thumb around the big toe. Feet about hips width distance apart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, heart forward. Hands to the hips, come all the way up to standing. All right, guys, let's make our way to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. From here, step it back, plank. Knees up or down. Rock the chest forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale over the toes. Exhale, down dog. You're gonna come into pigeon from here. So if you'd like something for underneath this right hip, have your blanket friend close by. Inhale, right leg lifts to the height of the hip. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the right wrist and set your shin down on the mat. If you need a little bit of support, scoot your blanket underneath there. Shift the hips back. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, fold. Slowly start to press yourself back up. But from here, maybe you stay here and you just press into the fingertips and you get some length, right? Maybe from here, we bend the back knee. Just draw that heel towards the buttock, just like in our first twist, right? If we can find its way pretty close here, you can probably slip the toes into the elbow, right? Maybe we find Vyana Mudra here. Maybe we reach the other arm up, and then the hands can find one another behind the back. Now be gentle with yourself, right? One side's gonna treat you a lot differently than the other. This one's always my good side. The other side, again, I have to give a lot more kindness to. Hold here. Slowly release. Good. Curl those back toes under. Press yourself up. Sweep that leg up and back, bend the knee. Maybe flip the dog. Good. Downward facing dog. And we'll switch to the other side. If you liked having something underneath the hip, swap it over to the other side of your mat. Inhale, float left leg up, reach. Exhale, left knee to the left wrist. Set the shin down. Scoot your hips back a little bit. Again, support this hip if it needs it. No need to suffer. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, fold. Slowly start to press yourself up. Again, from here, get a little bit of length, and maybe you stay here. Right, we just stretch out the belly. Maybe we start to bend the back knee. Now, like I said, this side, it's less agreeable for me. Right, draw the heel towards the buttock. And then maybe, with a little help, you can find the elbow. Maybe not, right? Maybe you can reach the arm Roll the back toes under. Lift the leg up. Bend the knee. Downward facing dog. Find a child's pose with the knees together, please. Slowly start to make our way all the way on to the back from here. And as you make your way on to the back, we'll hug the knees into the chest. The legs a little squeeze. We'll take a yin twist here. Let's shift the hips over to the right a little bit. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh, and then as you exhale, drop the legs to the side. Slowly come back to center. And then we'll cross the left thigh over the right thigh. Breath in. And then exhale, twist. Slowly come back to center. Your hips to the middle of the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe roll yourself up. And then release. Shavasana. And gently start to deepen the flow of your breath. Invite some small movements into the body. Give a little wiggle to your fingers, a little wiggle to your toes. And as you inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. And then as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest. From here, mindfully roll to your right side. And then slowly press yourself up. Allow the hands to draw to the heart space, Anjali Mudra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May our thoughts, may our actions in some way contribute to their happiness and freedom. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Yeah.
Hi.
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 Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone have any big plans today?
Work.
Okay.
Park. That's adventurous.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's an adventure.
They're all closed, aren't they?
Yeah.
As
I
a
think-
therapist, you never know what's coming in. So,
You're expect the unknown, right? Wow,
interesting.
that was fun.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
everybody.
Have a great day. Take care.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye, Kathy. See you
Bye.
Wednesday.
Bye, Susan. Bye, Charlotte.
Hi, I'm here.
So cute. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, that's better. At least you know I'm here, right?
Yes.
Jeez, oh man. I wonder what that means.